Real Life Street Stars. We're here with the boss, FitLikeCandy, what it is.
Hello.
Hey. For all these niggas don't know, deaf, dumb, stupid, living up under a rock, man. Tell them where you from.
I'm from O'Fallon, Illinois, right outside of St. Louis, Missouri. Small town where everybody knows everybody.
How did you get into the music?
I've been in music since I was 7 years old. I wrote my first song when I was 7. I got a whooping for it. It was bad because it was like not, it was
Explicit.
inappropriate. What'd you say?
Explicit?
Yeah, it was explicit. And for some reason, I don't know why, I'm 7 years old, like why am I even, writing a song like this? But I was writing music in my room and my brother snatched the piece of paper that I was writing it on, took it to my mom, and she read it and I got a whooping for it. So yeah.
Did you have a household where y'all could listen to any type of music as far as they, Lil Wayne talking about whatever, and no one turned it off? It was like y'all could listen to whatever, or was it restrictions?
No, you got to listen to whatever you
so
want.
yeah.
My mom was cool.
That's
Yeah.
And even, coming up until now to get the name, even Candy, to play off of that, is that your real name, or is that name given to you, or how does one get that?
Yeah, Candy, my name, okay, so people call me Candy. My brand name is it's FitLikeCandy, and Candy comes from Candace. So my government name is Candace.
Okay.
So, everybody calls me Candy, everybody calls me, my mom calls me Candy Cane.
That's
type
real.
Shit, so yeah.
So, Candy, I'm on your IG, and you fit for real. Like, I thought it was just like but you strong than a motherfucker. You got 6-pack. You been in competitions.
Mm-hmm.
So, tell us about the transition. How do you go from doing things like that to, you say you was always in the music, but now you're officially an artist, and you have the visual out, which we'll get into in a second. How did you make that transition? Like, give us a little bit of background.
So, like you said, I've always been into music. I actually stopped doing music when I was in college. I wanted to make a big move to New York. That was like my dream, and then pursue a music career, but my parents told me if I did, they would disown me. So I stopped doing music for a while, for about 4 years. And then I did a lot of different things in entertainment, cheerleading and different reality shows and stuff like that. But after I was satisfied with that, per se, right. I just wanted to pursue what I just genuinely loved,
the original
which was
dream.
Music. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, see, I don't want to just gloss over some of your accomplishments that you've kind of done. One thing that I know you were part of that we were speaking on was the American Ninja Warrior, which honestly is one of my favorite shits, because it's one of those shows where you sit back and watch I could get past that, I could get past that. See, that I can't do. Yeah. How was it competing in that show? I'm just curious myself as far as how far could you get? How what was that like?
It is not as easy as it looks. I will tell you that. Let me tell you, when you look at that stuff, you're like, I could do that.
Looks simple.
Even you might even be like, if I train for a week, I can, I can hit that. You know what I mean? But no, it's not like that. I'm telling you, I have a gymnastics background. I was a competitive gymnast, So I have background in that type of sport, swinging and jumping from different obstacles and having to have great balance, things like that. And it's not what you think it is. I went in and my manager called me and he was like, hey, American Ninja Warrior, they want you to compete. Are you interested?
Yeah.
And that's only because I was a fitness personality and they, probably.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So I ended up telling them, yeah, sure, let's do it. So after I agreed to it, they were like, okay, well, you have to apply. And so I was like, okay, so I applied, and then a month before it was time for me to meet for competition, they told me I was accepted into the competition. And keep in mind, I haven't trained for any of this. So I had a month to train. And that day when I got the phone call from American Ninja Warrior, I ended up enrolling in a American Ninja Warrior gym. Okay. And it was, oh my God, it was so hard. I had rips on my hands. I was coming out of practice crying. It's very intense.
So there's an episode of you out there that I'm about to find out. I'm about to go look it up.
There's not. I didn't get TV time. Oh. I didn't get TV time. And I tried so hard. I did all this extra shit. I did a flip. You know, and they put your name on the... Yeah. I did a flip. Tried it. I guess my story wasn't cool enough for them, so...
I understand what you mean.
I didn't get TV time.
You had a stint with, you H-Town for real. The Texans.
Yeah.
Cheerleading professionally.
Yeah.
So even to get onto that, was that something that came to you, or you went to it?
I went to it.
Okay.
I definitely went to it. That was I've been a cheerleader my whole life. Well, I was a gymnast first, and then I transitioned to the Cheerlyfe, and what I thought was my end was in my collegiate years, you know? So after college, it was like, okay, I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm done with cheerleading, you know, that kind of thing. And I ended up I don't know, it was like I was in Texas and the Houston Texans were so big, and you'd go to the games, you see the cheerleaders, and it was something that I wanted to do, you know? So I worked hard at it. It wasn't easy. That's one of those things when you try out for that type of team, a professional team like that, there's girls that try out for 3, 4, 5, 6 years and don't make the team. I don't know how it happened, by the grace of God.
Amen.
I tried out one time and I made it. So it was definitely an experience for sure.
So I like to ask women who are fit and done all the things you've done, can you whoop a nigga ass?
Can I whoop a nigga ass?
Would it be, you think it would be?
I can't whoop every nigga's ass, but I can whoop some niggas' asses. I can not everybody, but I can whoop some niggas' asses.
Hey, man.
Some niggas know don't fuck with her.
Man, I'm fucking with that.
Yeah.
Have it ever been a situation where, either you're in a relationship or just whatever, where you're too fit for your partner, or you're doing your workouts are too extreme for your partner, or they're like, damn, you're going too hard, won't you chill back just a little bit?
I would say probably once, and that was when I started, to really pursue, wanting to better myself, Mm-hmm. So I was at a point where it was like, okay, I want to do this, that, and the third, and then one day I woke up and I was like, no, I'm better than this. I can do this, that, and the third. And I was with that person at the time, and it was like, okay, now it's a problem,
So I have to ask, when it comes to music, when it comes to staying fit, when it comes to just pursuing your dreams, what has and what is your motivation for you to personalize, to kind of keep, reaching new heights?
Just me being successful. I feel like I'm never satisfied. I'm never content. And I always want to be better than I was yesterday. So, I just continue to climb the ladder, because I honestly think it's like a blessing and a curse at the same time. Like, I'm never satisfied. So I'm always just trying to just be a better me.
Fast forward to right now, we in 2020, you got the single out, Boss. The hard visual, you know what I'm saying? You fine, you thick. What's going on? What are we working on right now? What are we doing right now?
Right now, oh my gosh. I mean, there's so much content that has not been released. It's crazy. Like, right now we're so ahead of the game. Like, it's crazy, So currently, right now, I'm working on an R&B project.
Okay.
But we have loads and loads and loads and loads of content, loads and loads and loads of songs that we just are about to drop.
So tell us about creating a studio vibe? You know, what do you need inside the studio to best create your type of music?
My type of music, Mr. Lee. I need.
Shout out Mr. Lee, man.
Shout out to Mr. Lee.
Hey, you know, before you even get into that, how did you get hooked up with Mr. Lee? You know, he's legendary. You know, a Texas legend, super producer. How did that relationship come together?
I reached out.
So you just be reaching out.
I just be reaching out. Let me tell you, that's how I've gotten this far.
Amen.
Reaching out. I'm not afraid to reach out. I'm not afraid to put my pride aside and ask for help. So that's how I got to where I was. I DM'd him on Instagram. I DM'd a lot of people on Instagram, and Mr. Lee was one of the people that responded to me. And when we actually linked up, it was a lot, because at the time I was in Houston and he was in Dallas, and he was so impressed with me because I was not hesitant to just like dip and meet him and try to work and better myself. So when I reached out to him and we linked up, it was a vibe. We linked up a couple more times, and then after that it was history. So yeah.
For him to get to the point to want to bring you under his wing and cultivate you, did he tell you what he saw in you, or he just kind of, it was something that he felt and he just kept it to himself? And
Mr. Lee's weird with that kind of thing. Mr. Lee is like, he's not one of those people that is just gonna flat out tell you you're this is that. Yeah, he's told me before. He's told me what he tells me often, I'm a star, and those kinds of things to make me more confident and just express what he truly feels about me. But Mr. Lee is so chill and cool and like laid back. It's if he sees something in somebody, he will express it. But that's just what I'm saying. He not gonna just spit out some bullshit.
Right. So back to my original question: when you're in the studio, what kind of vibe do you need to best create?
A vibe. It needs to be a vibe. No negativity. Kick that shit out the door. People who are truly there because they have a passion in what they're doing. There's people who are there to create, and people who are there because they love music. That's the best vibe ever.
Now tell us about a song that nobody has heard yet that is based off something that you actually went through in real life.
Keep your stone sets. I got my own baguettes. I got my own. By FitLikeCandy.
Okay, well, how did that song come? What is that song based on? What's that situation based on? That song, what situation is that song based off of?
Based on, me knowing as a woman, like, it's important to have someone in your life that truly cares about you and supports you, but also knowing that just because there's a man that comes to you and exploits his success, that doesn't mean I stoop down to a level where I'm disrespected. You feel me? And at the same time, I got my own shit. So like, right. So what are we talking about here? We don't even have to be having this conversation,
Right. Nah.
So that's basically what the song is about.
Yeah, it's funny because that I hear that more and more today from not only female artists but from women in general, and I don't know what has, what the thought from back then, why it wasn't always like that. Like a lot of women felt that they, could be brought up, or hey, I have this, you should, be with me, and things like that. But I'm glad you're on that vibe. I have to ask you, when it comes to the music business right now and just the music in general, what are your thoughts on, femininity and in the music business?
Music industry?
Yeah, music industry.
I think we're winning. I think we're killing the game right now.
What are I mean, you have.
I think we're fucking shitting right now. Women?
Right.
Like, I'm just like, mainstream women are killing the game right now.
And I have to ask you, in the whole grand scheme of things, and where you're going to be and the levels you're going to take it, where do you see yourself in the whole campaign for you?
Okay.
Where do you see yourself as far as within the music business, within the music industry? How far do you see yourself in the game?
Oh, I see myself in the game, for sure. I definitely see myself in the game, but I also see myself, you know, coming in the game respectfully, you know, paying homage to the people who are, you know, really out here grinding, doing their thing, for sure.
So I asked that for a point because, you know, the ladies who are running the music business, you have your, you know, your Cardi B's, your Nicki's, your Megans, who are, you know, at the forefront. But there's also so much that comes with the weight of being up there at that level. I'm just curious, you know, as far as when it comes to being the best, you know, you also receive the hate from not only fans but competitors, and just the weight of so much expectation. Are you ready for that? Do you want that to fall on your shoulders?
At the end of the day, I'm doing this because I love music. So if I'm, you know, able to express how I feel, if I'm able to put out, you know, art that I'm proud of, like, who gives a fuck what people think about me? Like, this came from my heart, you know what I mean? This came from my mind, my creativity. Like, why? How could you even? I don't understand how could people like even hate? Like, how do you even?
They don't hate, it's just enough to troll.
Yeah, and that's whack as fuck. Like, how could you even do that to somebody? Like, that's their creativity, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I don't get that. I just don't believe in that shit.
Give me the 4 bars that you spit in a song that you was like, I got this shit, like, ain't nobody fucking with me.
The 4 bars?
That just made you feel like you got this shit.
Damn, I don't know. This is the first one that comes to mind. This is bad, because I don't really like talking about shit like this, but in my songs. But I said, my new man killed a pussy. My new man killed a pussy. Wear the yellow tape. It's a murder scene. First 48.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on, Watts.
Hold on,
Watts.
Do you feel me?
Let me find out you kind of freaky.
Hey, man, that must have been some shit you was writing in that 7-year-old letter that they must have found. Like goddamn.
No. Yeah, I mean, and I said this too in my one of my other songs. I said you couldn't hit if you was me.
Oh, I like that.
That's what I said in bars. You couldn't hit if you was me.
I like that shit. I like that shit.
Yeah.
I have to ask you, you know, 2020, a lot of people had a lot of plans. You know, the world was moving along like R.I.P. Kobe Bryant, because I think that was the first sign of things that was like, man, it's just something just doesn't feel right. And then, of course, we have the world changing on us with the coronavirus. How has the coronavirus and the, you know, shut down, the quarantine, how has that affected you personally and regarding your music as well?
Yeah, so I'm not gonna cap. When coronavirus first hit, it was kind of like I was doing so much. It was kind of like a relaxation moment at that point. It was like, damn, okay, coronavirus hit. I don't have to go and like make these appearances and do these things. I can relax for a minute. But then it got to a point where it was like,
too relaxed.
Okay, I'm being too stagnant. Like, you know, I'm too relaxed, you feel me? So it was like, I don't know what it was, but something lit a fucking fire under my ass. And now, shit, I mean, I just recorded 3 songs the other day in one night. Like, we're doing footage. I just sat on my computer all day and made an intro to my new docu-series that's coming out. So, like, I don't know. Right now, I'm really working. I got about 2 projects that I can just drop right now, ready to go. So,
tell us about your docuseries. What does that entail?
So my docuseries is so my docuseries is called Making Candy. So that's me. And it's just gonna be footage from, you know, the day in the life of me. Like, I got a lot of behind-the-scene footage of both of my videos that, my video that I have out now and another video that I'm about to drop. And I'm gonna have some footage from, you know, studio sessions that I'm in, just day in the life stuff when I go to appearances. I have some footage we just recorded yesterday of me making some R&B stuff. So yeah, it's just day in the life, making candy.
Now, you have a large platform. A lot of people have seen your page. I'm sure your impression is high. So I have to ask, are there any blue checks in your DM?
Oh my God. If y'all only knew.
Yeah, we want to know.
Oh my God.
Real life street stars.
I'm not, hey, listen, I'm not with none of that shit. I can't, listen, all I can tell you is fuck yes. Fuck yes. There's hella blue checks in my
And
DMs.
this correlation.
And look, them be the thirstiest ones.
Oh, we know.
Low key, them be the thirstiest ones.
We know.
How many places have you been requested to get flued out to?
I don't get flued out.
I mean, you know they're gonna request.
I've been requested a lot of times, but
Yeah.
I don't do that. Ladies, if someone asks to fly you out, you gotta know they want to fuck. They trying to fuck.
Man, tell them again.
Like,
goddamn.
like for real,
What
just
is
don't
it?
go.
What
If
is-
you're not trying to fuck, just don't go.
What
Like,
was the shit with that? The young rapper chick? I don't know her name, but like flew the.
Yeah, he was upset. Like I thought we was something.
I mean, just don't go. It's that, man. Just don't go, ladies. Just don't go.
Just don't go. If
So
if you're not trying to fuck, don't go.
So now that leads me
Period.
into my next question. You're a beautiful lady. So
Thank you.
does a regular nigga have a chance?
Yeah. Yeah.
You say yeah.
I feel like
We say regular, like you know, you're shopping at Walmart just to go
I
pick
feel
up
like if
something
you
real
have
quick.
a dream, you're rich.
Oh,
If you-
okay.
I feel like if you have a dream and you have that mentality, you're rich. Richer
looking-
than a lot of these motherfuckers out here.
So like from Baby Boy, a nigga like Jody would have
I
been.
don't watch movies.
So you never seen Baby
I
Boy?
never- Cut that part. Don't put that in here. I don't watch movies, so I don't.
Oh,
I know.
Hey, for those sitting at home and they're trying to date night, let her watch Baby Boy.
Nah, but hold on. We don't want to cut that because that's real. So, what do you do with your time? Because TV that shit ain't nothing but poison anyway. So, what are you doing with your time?
Music.
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 So, okay.
And I might FaceTime a couple niggas, but music.
A couple niggas.
No.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
I was like, I know nigga number 2 is sad than a bitch.
I'm kidding.
Oh, it's 3 o'clock.
I'm just kidding.
Time to FaceTime a nigga. So, we grew up in this love and hip hop era where you see these engineers and these producers and, someone like yourself, like you said, a beautiful lady coming in. Do you get taken seriously off top, or do you have to feel like you have to fight for your
I don't get taken
art?
seriously.
Well,
I don't get taken seriously. People don't see. All people see is this.
How do you work around that? What's your some people just start rapping. Like a lot of ladies I remember, they'd be like, I'll rap or sing right when I feel like I'm not being taken serious.
I don't do that.
Yeah, what do you combat that with?
I
or
don't
how,
do anything.
Oh, you just
If you don't fuck with me, you just don't fuck with me.
Man,
I
that's
can't
crazy.
Make you fuck with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I got people who, and I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna let people know, hey, this is what I do. I feel like I'm talented. Hopefully you feel the same way. If you don't, shit, see you later. Like, you know what I mean?
And it's so crazy because right when you came in with them black forces, I knew you was about business.
Oh my God. Don't talk about my shoes.
I'm not
like
that
you're
nigga, that's respect. Nigga, I'm about this hoes ain't white.
I
I'm
love
not here to play.
forces.
These hoes black. I'm on you niggas ass.
Yeah. I
We
like
working.
forces. I like forces. I really be in heels though and shit, but
We know. We
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So, what is one misconception about Candy that you feel like people they got it wrong?
That I'm in this for clout. That I'm in this for clout. That I don't know. It's a lot of shit that people say that's just not true. But that right there, people, I don't know. Like people think I'm faking the funk. Like I might talk like this, and people are like, "Why you you're too pretty to, you know what I mean? And I'm like, that's not me. Like, so what the fuck do you want me to do, you know?
For those fans or trollers or whoever they are, and they do comment on your pictures, do you respond to them? Do you give them any kind of light? Do you go back and forth at all ever if someone comes at you left or says something you feel is just not true, disrespectful, blah, blah,
Yeah, sometimes. If I have something clever to say, I'll respond. If I have something clever to say.
What is the longest you've taken to respond to something?
What do you mean in my DMs?
Nah, I mean like a comment, like, what is it? Because I remember one time, the motherfucker had me fucked up. I had me fucked up. I was like 5 minutes on this nigga ass. Like, I made sure I had put apostrophes in it.
Oh,
periods.
I don't know. I might go back and respond to all my comments from last year. I don't know how long. But one time, let me tell you about this. Sorry, Mom, if I'm cussing on this.
Sorry,
but,
Mom.
You know, I had my hair. I was doing a video, and I had my hair. It was long and it was curly or whatever, you know. And I was doing some bikini video for my single boss. And this girl, no, actually, it was a guy that commented, and he tagged a girl. And I guess the girl was mad because, you know what I'm saying, she got tagged and it was me. And, you know, she commented and she was like, yeah, but what about that mop on her head? And so I was like, oh, that? I was like, that's what your man uses to wipe this wet-ass pussy up. And
Yeah.
yeah.
That's way better than I was. My shit would have said, drop your location, because I'm finna mop your motherfucking ass up.
Cause now she got to picture that shit.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I don't, sometimes I respond, but then sometimes I don't, because sometimes it's a lot of the same ass motherfuckers. And then it's like, you go to their page and it's like, okay, you probably really personally know me, because I don't know, their ratio is off, so like you feel like you made a page to just troll me, which is fucking whack, but yeah, that shit happens.
What is the pettiest thing you've taken from a relationship? Like at the end of the relationship, you just, I'm taking this.
An engagement ring.
Woohoo! You took it?
I took an engagement ring, but I gave it back.
Okay.
I gave it back. Stupid. Don't give it back.
Don't give it back, ladies.
Give it back. No.
See, like
yeah,
I took.
that's what I'm saying.
See,
yeah,
like I took
yeah.
doorknobs. Like.
Nah, I took an engagement ring. That shit was. Don't give it back. Don't make my mistake. Keep it.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
So what's the next visual that we can expect?
I got my own. What I was telling y'all about, keep your stone sets. I got my own baguettes. That's a visual.
Keep your
That's a
stone sets.
visual.
I got my own baguettes.
If you've seen Boss, you know I love Boss. That was great. It was my first single I dropped. That was actually my second video that I shot, but my first video was I got my own, and it's a lot of sexiness in there. I got a bikini on that's gold and it's like metal, some fur. I'm in a jacuzzi. It's a big ass mansion we're at. It's a lit ass video for sure.
Definitely, and I'm just curious. When it comes to brands and labels, I see you have designer.
Oh, you know what I'm saying?
What is one of your favorite designers as far as to rock?
Louis Vuitton, man. But I just wrote a verse about Louis Vuitton. Because they pissed me the fuck off when I was in the store. So I was in Atlanta, and I ended up buying my mom, my sister, and my other sister Louis Vuitton bags for Christmas. It was in Atlanta. Yeah, and so, you know, I was in there, and I also bought a suitcase for myself all at the same time. And I spent a bag at Louis. That's what I'm saying. That's why it pissed me off. I fucking asked them for champagne, and they wouldn't give me champagne.
Nah, see.
So you feel me? So that that made me mad. And then on top of that, like you can, like, you know, I didn't spend bread before this, so like why, you know what I'm saying? Why y'all?
I've seen them do a motherfucker like they like can I get some champagne? Oh, we're out. But then somebody come in that made like we won't say it, but somebody come in and they be like, oh, well, let me go get you some champagne from
you feel
Oh, now I got some motherfucking champagne.
I just wrote a verse about that shit.
Man, that shit crazy.
No joke. Coming soon.
So do you think that you'll keep supporting that particular brand?
Yeah, I fuck with Louis Vuitton. I actually, honestly, I just hit up because I get, personal like texts from them and stuff and calls and stuff. And so I just hit up one of their associates and she texted me. And then I told her, I was like, fuck no, I don't fuck with y'all because y'all didn't give me champagne. and she tried to make up this excuse about COVID and shit. And I was like, but that was back during Christmas. So what?
Man, they should have just sent you a whole bottle in a motherfucking wallet.
Yeah, but I fuck with Louis Vuitton. I love them. I love them so much.
Man, you seem kind of assertive. I'm curious. What is your idea of a perfect date? What is FitLikeCandy's idea of a perfect date?
It doesn't even have to be anything crazy, man. I mean, a vibe. Like a perfect date would be this. This is gonna sound so lame.
Listen, fellas.
But like, if it was like somebody that was as into music as I am, say he's a producer or say he's a rapper or songwriter or whatever, and we just connect on that type of level, and it doesn't have to be a date. We could just be chilling and making like a beautiful art. That would be so dope to me.
So give me your top 3 artists that, if you could only listen to 3 more artists ever again.
Ever in life?
Yeah, these would be your top 3.
Oh, fuck.
Spot.
What?
You on the spot.
Well, my opinion's gonna change on some of them because some of them can't even drop music anymore.
Okay.
They might have passed, you know what I'm saying? They might not be dropping shit, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
So right now, god damn. That is terrible. That's a terrible question, man.
On the spot.
I'm gonna listen to Erykah Badu. I know, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna listen to Erykah Badu. I'm gonna listen to Party Next Door.
Dallas Roger.
And I'm gonna listen to, damn, who else? This has gotta be somebody good. Forever? Who the fuck am I gonna listen? Can I name a producer?
Sure.
Mr. Lee.
The safest route.
No, for real. You gotta,
He's not. Nah, that nigga's a legend.
You can, for real,
Nah,
put
that
on
nigga
Mr. Lee shit and just
That nigga
vibe
produced
all
on
day.
Space Jam, so
Yeah. Mr. Lee got a fucking plaque with the Backstreet Boys.
Man, right.
Yeah.
What is one thing that the pandemic has made you realize that you actually missed? Like, I miss doing this. Or I miss this thing.
Being around people.
Yeah, niggas, boy,
Definitely
we love
being around people. I feel so lonely by myself in my little apartment, I'm so lonely. So being around people, interacting with people, like I'm so happy right now that I'm talking to you.
Hey man, you can always come up here.
I'm so happy right now,
We're open. You can come up here and
so, I don't know, interacting with people is really, that's I love talking to people. So that's something I've missed,
You're no longer, you're done with cheerleading, right? As far as that's.
Oh yeah, I'm done with cheerleading. Sorry, shout out to the Texans, shout out to Coach Alto, shout out to Coach Casey, all the girls on the team, but no.
So now I'm going to give you an opportunity to go ahead and confess how much of a Cowboys fan you were while you were on the.
I was not a Cowboys fan.
Damn, man, I'll just fuck with you.
I was not a Cowboys fan.
When it comes to cheerleading for a team, do you have to like? I mean, do you have? Do they want to see you liking the team? Of course, you got to cheer for them. But as far as, can you have fans being from your home state going, back to home or wherever? Or do you have to have?
You can like whoever you want.
Just can't publicly.
Just as long as you don't get no pictures. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of girls who fuck with other teams, So yeah, you just can't don't put no pictures on your Instagram. None of that shit,
So what's the name of the project?
Candyland. Candyland. Come to Candyland.
Hey man, tell us what a day in Candyland is like.
Right now it's boring as fuck.
Man, shit.
Right now my life is so boring. Well, honestly, okay, I'll tell you about my day yesterday. I recorded some songs. actually, Matt Legacy, shout out to Matt Legacy, incredible. Like, he sends me reference tracks, and he's just so creative. And he sent me a reference track, it's R&B one, of course, and I learned the reference track, and then I recorded it. I have a home studio at home. I have my own studio. And I recorded it, and then what I do, I ordered a pizza, cutie pies, pepperoni with double pepperoni, and then I ordered pepperoni mac and cheese. You guys ever had that from Cutie Pies?
Fuck no. What's that?
It's fire, okay? Go get it. I ordered that. I ate almost the whole pizza, all the mac and cheese. I had 2 pieces left. And then I did an interview. And then I did something crazy where I've never done this before, but I unplugged all of my studio equipment from my office, and then I took it to my bedroom and plugged it all in there, and I laid in my bed, and I recorded melodies all night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's what I did.
Shit, that's better than what everybody else is doing.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Rolling over,
yesterday.
clocking in for work. Shit, and just taking a call.
Yeah.
Have you learned any new trade in the quarantine, or picked up any new?
Yeah.
Like
I
what?
learned how to read music.
Oh, really? That's real.
Yeah, so Mr. Lee, when I first signed with him, we were supposed to do piano lessons, but it ended up like we didn't have enough time to do it. And so, you know, he made me buy a keyboard.
Yeah.
Because Mr. Lee, you know, he crazy. And so he made me buy a keyboard. So I just had this keyboard. Like, even if you go to my Instagram, you can see I just have this random ass keyboard in my fucking apartment. Yeah. And, you know, I've never really played it. And so when quarantine happened, I was like, you know, let me just try to fuck with this, you know? And honestly, it plugs into the computer. I can make beats with it. I can do a whole lot of shit with this. So I just started playing around with it, and then I ended up YouTubing lessons, and I learned how to read music. So
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Are you a fast learner?
No.
So that's even more impressive.
Yeah.
That's even more impressive.
No, I had to, I think it was lesson 2 or 3 that I had to watch about 3 times to try to figure it out, yeah.
So everyone who does music, of course, they want to, of course, be great at their art, but they do want to kind of create a brand or create a new business revenue as far as outside of just music. Is there anything that you want to get your hands into outside of being an artist as far as growing your own brand and then branching off into some other endeavor?
Yeah, so I definitely want to stick to fitness. That's one thing that you know what I'm saying, I'm really focused on music right now, but eventually when this does what it's supposed to do, I do want to get back into fitness. I want to, I don't know exactly what, but I'm just an athlete. I've always been an athlete, so that's just what I love to do. But I definitely want to do some things in acting, for sure. That's something that I'm really interested in. I really want to do that, and you know, I guess right now that's my main focus right now. Yeah.
Should snitches get stitches?
Should snitches get stitches?
I'm just fucking with you. You got any shout outs?
Shout outs, yes. Mr. Lee, of course. That's my real dog. I love him so much. 20 Years of Power is an amazing, creative, just masterpiece. Shout out to him for that. Amber, of course, your media bay. She is absolutely amazing. BC, Southern Fried Marketing. You guys, for sure. Woo! You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Sorry we made you wait so long.
Yeah.
And for anybody want to get in contact with you for any bookings or features, how would they do that?
Yeah, so all my social media is FitLikeCandy. FitLikeCandy. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. FitLikeCandy. That's where you can find me everywhere.
Amen,
Google me.
FitLikeCandy, man. We love your work. We love everything you're doing. Boss out now. The visual out now. Go get that. Go stream that. Go pick it up. We can't wait till the project drop. Candyland coming soon. Fit Like Candy. You are a real life street star.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Stars, nigga. Move. Hey.